in the studio with me this morning. Sadik, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Hey, tell me what's up.
Cool. Good to catch you here.
Yeah. Always great to have you around.
Yeah.
You hardly come around these days.
Yeah.
Yes. So tell us about the Global Open Initiative and then your collaboration with Wikipedia.
Okay. Good morning to your listeners. My name is Sadik Shahadu. I'm the co-founder of Global Open Initiative and now Dagbani Wikimedians user group. I think on this particular show, I represent Dagbani Wikimedians because we have recently been recognized by Wikimedia Foundation as an affiliate user group.
Yeah.
So I will not talk on behalf of Global Open Initiative because I'm so much interested in the Dagbani Wikimedians group right now. Yeah, so Global Open Initiative is a young non-profit organization based in Ghana and working with international organizations like Wikimedia Foundation and Mozilla Foundation, Creative Commons, and other organizations like Moskin Foundation. So basically our work entails projects around open data. We work to support education. We work to make sure that knowledge is made freely accessible to everyone, irrespective of where they are or where they come from. So Global Open Initiative basically works to promote open data and open access. And for Dagbani Wikimedians user group, it is a user group that is made up of young volunteers, mostly Dagombes, and of course Moli Dagbani group. We have not just Dagombes, we have the Nanumbes, we have the Moshi and many other sister Moli Dagbani groups that are supposed to be working with us. And our Mampusis and the rest. Our work cuts across 3 countries. We are in Ghana, Burkina Faso and Benin because all these languages are widely spoken in these areas. So that is what we do, and that is what Dagbani Wikimedians user group is.
Fantastic. And yes, so tell us about the Dagbani Wikimedians group and why that initiative was started in the first place.
All right, thank you for this question. It started during the time of the Ebola outbreak in 2015, I think, where we were looking for ways to document, this information, like the medical information that were shared across all the media and online. So we're just looking for ways to also document them in our own local language so others can have them or have access to them. And so that was how it started. And we worked with medical students to translate these Ebola resources.
Yes.
So that was how the Dagbani Wikipedia started. Before then, we had other Wikipedias like the Tree Wikipedia, we have the Hausa Wikipedia, and some other local Ghanaian language Wikipedias like the Ewe and the Ga, of course. Yeah, so that is how it started. It was in 2015. But after the Ebola outbreak, those who were actively involved in the project fade off because it was entirely volunteer and many people they lost interest. So in 2017 we started it again. We revived it. Myself and another colleague from Accra, Mohammed Sadat Abdullahi. So we traveled to Winneba, University of Education Winneba, the department, the Dagbani department, to interact with them and see how we can revive the initiative since it's been laid dormant for some time. And so that was how the whole thing started. And from there, it paused again because we were the only people doing it, and many other people were not interested. Until just last year, somewhere September, when we came again with another initiative, My Northern Achiever. So that was how it started, and until now, a lot of things have been going on. We've gotten a lot of people on board.
So what are some of the things you are looking for to put on? I mean, some of the things you are looking for in Dagbon to put on Wikipedia.
Yeah. So what we are looking for is basically any information that people need online. at the same time, we are looking for ways to preserve our language. Local languages are fading off in Africa and even in Ghana. So, what are the ways we can do to help preserve our language? So, these were some of the questions that we keep asking ourselves. But what we need to do now is to just write anything that is supposed to be available online. For example, we have Wikileaks Folklore that is currently ongoing. It ended yesterday, but there's still an editorial challenge until March 28th. So on this project, we are documenting folklore-related activities like the food we eat, the clothing we wear, our dances, basically anything that relates to us as a people or as Dagombes. So that is the reason why we do the Wikileaks Folklore. There are many other wiki projects like Wikileaks Monument, where we document monumental sites or cultural heritage sites within the north or other parts of the country. We've done this in many areas in the country, but we haven't really focused on the northern part. So that is why I'm here. And yeah, so articles, personalities, places, people, many other things that needs to be written or be available for people to
And in what language is it written? Is it in Dagbani or?
Yes, so we write every article in Dagbani.
Wow, great.
We write in Dagbani.
Using the Dagbani text.
Yes, so we use the Dagbani text, the Latin characters, everything. And so that's why we are always looking for people who have expertise in Dagbani language. That's why we work with students who are studying Dagbani and teachers who are teaching Dagbani.
And how big is the Dagbani Wikimedia School, and who can really join?
Okay, so I think we are, as it stands now, we are around 153 in a group, and we have a team, a core team of 8 who are helping us with like support and any other thing that needs to be done. But generally the community is big, but there are people who don't belong to the community. They have not shown interest in joining the group, but they are editing. We are able to see their contributions from online. Yeah.
And we do know that Dagbon has a lot of historical and cultural sites. As part of this project, are you targeting some of these places so that you showcase it to the world?
Yes, of course. That is the reason why I'm here. And as I said, with the Wikileaks Folklore, we traveled to Yendi last 2 weeks to learn more about some of these heritage sites. We went to the Babatu graveyard. We went to Yap Ona's palace to learn, and in fact we had a lot of history. We learned so many things about the history of Dagbon and how chieftaincy, like how his role, and then the role of Gondona and many other people who are like involved in the selection process of the Yana. We went to the Yana's palace, even though
that really was a challenge for the media, especially during the coronation of Yana Abukar II, where the media needed a lot of information around how the process is done. People, they had to rely on oral sources, which sometimes is not the best if you are a student of these things. So it was a bit of a challenge, the lack of information in regards to the practices of the people of Dagbon online. So I think that this will help.
Yes, this is going to help very much, because we learn so many things and we started writing articles about them. So it's going to be beneficiary to people like journalists or people who need that information. And students, of course.
And how do I join?
For Wikipedia, we are an open community. There's no strict rules. Anybody can jump in from anywhere. Once you have interest, we are just like a group of volunteers who love to like share knowledge with the world, share knowledge about our culture, everything about us on the internet. We've all used Wikipedia in so many ways, in schools, many other ways. Our lecturers, professors, they all rely on Wikipedia, and there has been a lot of misconception about Wikipedia that because it's written by volunteers like us, people should not rely on what is written on Wikipedia. But it's actually not the case, because I know even recently at Ashesi University, for example, they have embedded Wikipedia in their courses. We did that with GIMPA. There are many other schools in the UK that has adapted Wikipedia as a teaching tool, where students contribute to Wikipedia to actually gain some marks for their courses. So Wikipedia is trusted. Imagine like one person writing a book and we all jumping in to learn. How about an entire community coming together to edit or write about a topic?
That's going to be my next question. How you source your information? It's very clear. We know that Wikipedia also is also very strict on sourcing. So for Dagbani Wikipedia, how do you source your information?
Yeah, that's a very good question. Even though there are no much information written in Dagbani, but we can still use the English text or information online to cite on the Dagbani Wikipedia. If, for example, we are talking about Nayab Kona and it's written somewhere on Justice FM online, we can actually use that as a reference. It doesn't need to be written in Dagbani. Another way we can use references on Dagbani Wikipedia is through journals, like books, academic materials. So there are Dagbani books where you can get this information from, and we have different ways of citing articles using books, journal, and online resources. So for books, you need to make sure the book is written by somebody who is from a trusted person, like an academic publication. So all you need is just the name of the person, the page number, and the title of the book, the year it was published. So things like that, you should be able to add a reference in Dagbani Wikipedia, even if they are not online. Even newspapers, you can use newspapers to cite.
And my very final question, how does this help in projecting Dagba?
In so many ways. One of them,
ultimately, what you are doing is to put Dagba
on the map. Exactly. So when we all know that now Google is available in local languages, you can access Google in Dagba, what's the name, in account tree. You can access Google in Hausa, and Ga. So why do they have such languages on Google? Because they are able. Google is able to index information that are written in these languages. So if you don't have things written in Dagbani, Google will not be able to index, or you will not be able to get informations through Google, like Dagbani information through Google. So writing about Dagbani or putting information on in the language would help Google to index it, and in future we can have like Dagbani version of Google. One of the projects we did recently was to record audio to files of like over 4,000 unique pronunciations of like over 4,000 Dagbani words, and this has helped because in future we will be able to create a dictionary, a digital dictionary for Dagbani language. We all know when you go to like these Webster dictionaries and stuff like that, you'll be able to read information about words, how they are used, their pronunciations, and all those things. So,
and even on Google.
So we started
through
this.
Google Translate.
Yes. So Google Translate. How do you translate into Dagbani? Somebody comes to Ghana. Maybe the person is from there, from America, and maybe he's trying to get information. He has language barrier. With Dagbani on Google Translate, the person can easily navigate and do whatever he or she wants to do without having to learn this language from scratch. So how do we do that? It starts from us. It starts from like our own selves. We need to be concerned about our language. We need to be concerned about how people get information about us, we need to project our language on the internet.
I was saying that was my final question, but my very final question, does it mean that Dagbani as a language is now recognized on Wikimedia or Wikipedia?
Not,
or it will with time?
It would be recognized soon. Right now we are in the incubator. We have something we call incubator. Wikipedia is available in over 300 languages, and they still want to make it more accessible in many other languages. So Dagbani, because we have just started, very soon we should have a fully fledged Wikipedia Dagbani, but at the moment we are in the incubator, and the more we contribute, the sooner we will get a full Dagbani
so when you
Wikipedia.
Say at the incubator, what does it mean?
The incubator is like a nursing stage, or like a nursery. So they give us the they give us the space to make all the mistakes and put all the information together, structure the interface before they accept us.
Okay. Final comments?
Yeah. So all I can say is that I want to encourage everyone out there who, like, whether you know Dagbani or not, there's always something to do to help. I myself am not a master of the language, but I care a lot about the language. So if you are listening to me and you want to be involved, please reach out to us. We are available on Facebook at Dagbani Wikimedians User Group. We are available on all other social media pages. Just reach out to us and be involved. There are many other opportunities that I will not share here, but if you join, you know that there are so many opportunities you can get from being a member of the community.
Great. Shahadu Sadik, thanks very much for joining us this morning. That's how we commence our Ghana month, celebrating Ghana's independence. And we've been talking about Dagbani Wikipedia and how the Wikimedians are helping grow that community, grow that platform, so that wherever you are in the world, you can access information on Dagbon and its culture, written in Dagbani for you. Sadik, thanks very much for joining us this